I'm Maxine Warner. I work for the Allegheny County Department of Health, and I'm a community health educator. I deal primarily with sexual health topics with our teens and young adults in this county. One of the biggest things I think that parents need to understand about teens is that they need to be able to talk to their kids about sex. It's not a taboo subject. Your kids are talking about it anyhow. They need your guidance, they need your help, they need your information so they can make informed choices. Teens need to know about pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections and contraceptives or birth control. They need to know about these things. Not telling them isn't going to keep them from doing it. Teens have hormones just like you did when you were a kid. Teens make choices, and sometimes they make poor choices and sometimes they make good choices. It's up to you to guide them in the right direction. Many parents ask me when they should start talking to their teens about sex. Truthfully, as a parent myself and as an educator, I suggest you start talking to your kids early. And when I say early, I mean a young age. I started talking to my child very young. I taught him and my daughter the proper terms for their body parts. Starting that early, such as 2 years, 3 years old when they start talking, is a fantastic way to introduce that they don't need to be scared to talk about sex. They're going to come to you when they feel comfortable with you. What's a good setting to talk to your teens about sex? Where they're comfortable, go to them. And the first thing you should ask them is what they already know. And they're going to ask questions that you have no answer to. You don't know the answer. It's okay not to know the answers. We don't all know the answers. Tell them you'll look it up. Tell them to ask the health department. Tell them to ask a doctor. Go to other resources. Find out for them, but don't leave them hanging because they're going to find out from their friends, and their friends may not have accurate answers.
What did you do? How old were you? Why?
Be prepared for questions about you. Be prepared for questions that are direct about your experiences. My advice is to answer what you can as honestly as you can without worrying about what they're going to think or what judgment they're going to make.
Embarrassment is common, but it does go away. When parents are calm and collected, it goes a lot smoother.
Embarrassment is common and it does go away. Again, if you teach your children from a young age body parts and terms, the proper terms, they're more than likely going to continue using that throughout life. Many of the terms are funny to kids. I taught my son the word penis at age 2, and he still uses that word today.
Gay or lesbian teens may feel like they have to hide their feelings.
Teens of gay or lesbian orientation need to know that they can trust those that they tell for the first time.
Teens who may identify as gay or lesbian may not feel comfortable coming to you, and you as a parent may not feel comfortable hearing about that, but it is our responsibility to listen, whether we like it or not. If we don't understand, we can go and find more information. We can talk. Communication is key to any relationship. Students that I have worked with over the past 6 years have said that it's actually easier to talk to parents about sex than it is somebody like me or their health teacher in school. I think that's a major, major point. Now, your child's not going to tell you that, but they'll tell us that when we ask.
At the dinner table, I might feel cornered or outnumbered.
With any serious matter, no teen wants their siblings around, younger or older.
They're uncomfortable talking in large groups about sex. When I go into a classroom and talk about STIs, it's funny, we giggle, we laugh, we talk about what's out there, but they want to be able to get the information from you. And if they're not comfortable, they're not getting the information from you.
Just remember, we say we know everything about sex, when really we only know half.
Teens will say they know everything about sex, but the truth is they don't. They don't know everything about sex any more than we do. Again, there might be questions they have that you can't answer. Your best bet is to look it up. One of the biggest things that kids say to me that they're scared, and when they talk about being scared to talk to their parents about sex, is they're afraid that if they bring up the topic, their parents will automatically assume they are having sex.
Just because your teen comes to you for advice on relationships, don't assume that they're having sex.
95% of those kids are not sexually active. They're just contemplating it. Maybe they have a boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other. Maybe they have a friend that they're interested in. It doesn't matter. They haven't done anything necessarily. And when we assume that they have, as a parent, we assume that they have, then we're putting up a block. We're putting up a barricade and telling them, we don't want to hear what you have to say. We can't do that. We have to be open and honest and listen to what they're going to tell us. You don't have to be a mother to talk to your daughter. You can be a dad and talk to your daughter. It's okay. That mother-daughter relationship is key just as much as that father-daughter relationship is key.
Slang terms can make this conversation difficult.
So if you feel your teen doesn't know the term, tell them the proper one.
Slang terms that your teen uses, you may not be familiar with. There's tons of them out there. I learn new ones each day. I suggest that you don't use slang terms. Use the proper terms. It's very important. Not only does it teach them the responsibility, but it teaches them that sex is not a dirty, disgusting action. As a matter of fact, sex can be a wonderful thing between two loving people, two loving, consenting people.
Listen, we have to start somewhere.
The key to a successful conversation about sex with your teen is to listen. Listening is the key. Teens need to talk too. We need to listen. It's very important. And we need to listen openly, non-judgmentally. No matter how much we love our child, we cannot forget that they are human too. They will make mistakes. They will do good things. They will do bad things. But we'll never know what all of those things are if we don't listen. It's very, very important.